Yes, we're fully aligned and invested in the success of the index direction. Hence why we're making this big pivot. We're kind of going all in because trying to multitask with the analytics platform and the indices and all this is just not the ideal thing for us to do. We want to kind of focus purely on what you guys said you want. So it's the mobile app and the indices. That's what we're focused on. In terms of TMAI holdings, yes. So we do have vested tokens that are still vested um, for 2 years, 2 to 3 years. The TM Foundation has been um, selling some TMAI to just kind of secure our runway, obviously with all these changes. But we are still heavily, fully invested long-term in the indices. Hence, we're going all in, and our tokens are still vested. In my opinion, Astronaut holders get TMAI tokens, but how does TMAI tokens correlate to TM100? I see a disconnect between the two, or am I missing something? Let me see if we have the deck. Basically, if you stake TMAI tokens, you get lower performance fees. Any profits generated by TM100. So let's say TM100 doubles in money. Let's say just does a 1x. So let's say you put in $1 million, you made 2 million in the index. So rather than paying 15% based on the profits of 1 million, so rather than paying 150K, you would pay just 50K if, for example, you had a VIP staking score with TMAI. Right? So that's how TMAI is tied into the index itself, right? In this example, using the TM100. So basically, you'd have significantly less performance fees. So in that example of using $1 million in profit, you'd only pay 50K as opposed to 150K. Okay, this one is a long one. Okay, let me read this. But wouldn't the investment platform still use the same data for the indices, or would it source data differently to base the investment decisions on? And on main losses due to accessing that data yourselves and making that data available to use, I imagine some customers would be willing to keep the platform going, even if just helping the analytics side break even for exclusive private access. Is that something you're open to considering, or it's already set in stone? Personally, I think a lot of existing customers would like both rather than either. Although you have done surveys, so I don't know. Because I think basically the question is, so one, with the Hyperliquid route, Hyperliquid kind of provides an API for trade execution, for market data, for getting all that. So it would be a lot less cumbersome having to kind of run all our different infrastructure and data pipelines. Right? Hyperliquid has really done a lot. That's why I'm very, very bullish on their technology. So we can basically just do everything with their API and their SDK and everything else they've kind of built from the ground up. That's assuming we're sourcing everything directly from Hyperliquid. Then I imagine some customers would be willing to get the platform going. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, if you're saying investing into Token Metrics, I would say just reach out. Obviously, we're still kind of all in on the indices, so that's kind of the main focus. But we'll definitely listen to anybody, any investors, right? But we've kind of already spoken with a lot of other investors, and that even with investors, that's kind of been the general feedback, right? The analytics market is changing, and becoming an investment platform is kind of the next big step. But definitely reach out. Just email us with any ideas you have, or just even email me directly with any ideas, Ian at